What's going on YouTube? Donnie with DER Reptiles here. Today, I'm here with Bonnie, my female albino ball python. She's the one I got from BHB when she was a baby. She was the first one in my collection, and she will always be my favorite in my collection, I would say. So, yesterday I asked a question about what should I pair my vanilla with next year, and it had to be a super because I didn't want any normals. And you guys came out of the woodwork and answered a bunch of them. So let's go through kind of the list about what was given, and I'll kind of decide on which way I want to go. I might give you three options that I want to pick from. So one of them was a super GHI, and there was 2 or 3 of you that liked that idea. That would not be too bad of an idea. It's hard to find a super GHI, and super GHIs are a little bit pricey. So I do anticipate getting a GHI maybe next year. I don't know yet, but I know I want one in my collection, because there's a lot you can do with them. So that might be an option depending on the money I have available to spend at that time. The next one let's talk about is the Super Pastel. Since I already have a Super Pastel female and I have a Pastel 100% Het Ghost, and I thought I had something else super pastel. Oh, my Killer Bee. I don't really want any more pastel in my collection because I don't want that overriding my collection. So super pastels and pastels, I just don't want to go with. And I understand they are cheap, but then again, I have enough pastel in my collection right now. The next one let's go over is Super Fire or Super Banana. Super Fire I like. I looked up the Super Fire to Banana, Super Fire to Vanilla, and that was a good combo. So that's right up there towards the top. So thank you, Adventures with Reptiles, for that. As far as the Super Banana goes, I do have a male banana, so I do not need another banana. I'm just going to stick with one because, as we all know, they are sex-linked genes, meaning if my male banana came from a male maker, more than likely this is going to be a male maker anyway. So I really don't want a chance at getting another male maker or what have you. So I just want to stick with my one banana because I have big plans for that banana. Next, let's go. There's Samantha. You said go with GHI Pastel Pinstripe. Well, I went over GHI earlier. Pastel I went over earlier. Pinstripe I do have in my collection, so I really don't want to get another pinstripe. And you might ask, well, what pinstripe do you have? Well, that is my spinner. That's a spider pinstripe. So until I know one way or another if he is a good breeder, then I really don't want to get a pinstripe. But if he proves out to be not a good breeder or something like that, I'll think about getting a pinstripe. And there was another Super GHI, which I already went over. Then there's a comment that says Super Fire, Super Lesser, Super Banana, Super Pastel. Again, we went over Super Pastel, we went over Super Banana. Super Lesser, I need to look that up. Well, let's just look that up real quick. Since I do have a Blue-Eyed Lucy, I know it's a Super Mojave, but I know Lessers can do a lot. but it is in that blue-eyed Lucy complex. I haven't really thought about putting a lesser in my collection. I kind of have a lot of other ones in there, and I don't have a lesser, which I don't think would be too bad. Just about there. And vanilla. I'm just on Morph Market Ball Python genetic calculator on Morph Market's what I'm using. That way I can also look up to see what they look like. The lesser, no, that's a lesser vanilla bumblebee. Lesser vanillas aren't too bad. Yeah, lesser vanillas aren't too bad, so that's right up there. So we'll say that's the top 3. So let's go back over here. I think that's about everybody that commented on those. So my top selection right now, I would say, would be the Super Fire, which would mean it's a black-eyed Lucy. And then the other one, number 2, would probably be the Super Lesser. And then probably the Super GHI. And the only reason why I put Super GHI as number 3 is because of that price. You can't really find a Super GHI much. So if I wanted a Super GHI, I would have to get a male and female GHI and then breed them together to get a chance to get a Super. So I do plan on getting a GHI in the future though. Maybe not this year. With all the additions this year, I'm probably about maxed out. So next year, it's probably going to be on my list to get a GHI. The Super Lesser, if I don't get that for the project, I'll probably at least get a Lesser next year. Maybe a Super, because I want to start getting Supers so I can get away from the chances of getting a normal, if that makes sense. Because everybody knows I got plenty of normals. I don't need any more of them. So I might just get some Supers just to breed to my normals, or I might breed my recessives to my normals to get 100% heads. So that way, when I sell them, everybody's one step closer to having if they got a het, I got 100% het. You don't have to have the visual at that point. So I also want to add a clown, which I know that's completely off the subject right now, but I want to add clown to my collection. I want to add Exantic to my collection. I just got to figure out which line I want to go with. But again, that'll be a 2019 purchase. So there's going to be a lot coming for DER reptiles. And I look forward to growing. But I need to start producing some clutches, and hopefully next year my clutches will start coming, and because I'm going to try to do my breeding a little bit different next year, just to see if I can get some good clutches going next year, because if I can turn 13 females into a good amount of clutches, that's a win for me. So I do plan on I'm already on Morph Market, but I haven't sold anything on Morph Market because I don't have anything to sell. But I have something else going on right now. So as soon as I get done what I'm trying to do, and then as soon as I get some babies, and of course I'm gonna try to get, I'm not gonna try to get you guys to buy them, but I'm gonna show them that they're available on here before I put them on Morph Market. Because I want my subscribers to have the first chance at getting them. But that's pretty much going to be my vlog for today. Next year, as you know, I have Bonnie, my female albino. I have Clyde, my male albino. And I also have Buck, my male albino. And you might ask, you mentioned that you don't want a bunch of the same morph in your collection, but you have 3 albinos. Well, albinos is a recessive gene, and I really want to go, you know, I have certain projects I'm going for on the albino. I want to go for the Super Mojave albino, which is the cherry bomb. I want to do the albino pied ball python, and I want to do albinos. And I really can't do that. I can do that with 1 or 2 of them, but I don't want to push one male to do too much. So this girl next year is probably going to be Bonnie and Clyde, the duo, for more albinos. And of course they will be available. And then Clyde is also probably going to go to my pied female. That way I can get a bunch of double hets, hopefully. And then the buck is going to go for my head albinos, so he can take care of them, so I can get more albinos and head albinos out of that bunch. So that's my plans with my albinos next year. My male pied, if he's big enough, I'm putting him to my het pied girl, and my normal possible het pied girl. That way I can try to prove them out. I might go ahead and throw him with a normal also, just so I can get some 100% het pieds for you guys that's wanting to get into pied projects out there. But that's going to be it for today. I just wanted to go over what I asked yesterday. If Sunday's live stream is going to be okay, say, let's try 4 o'clock this time, just see if we can get more people in. And I'm sorry about moving the times every time, but I just want to find that perfect time that the most people can join together. That's what I'm looking for. I'd rather, you know, I enjoy doing, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, but I would love to have 10, 15, 20 people if possible, which I know right now 20 people, that's 10% of my subscribers, so that's kind of, you know, not very good odds, but this channel will hopefully start growing. And I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. As of right now, doing this video, I have, let me check here. Let me check, 215 subscribers. So within the past 5 days, we've jumped up, I think, around 10 to 15 subscribers. So at that rate, it's going to be about 3 or 4 weeks before we hit that 300. But everybody keeps sharing and telling everybody to come over to my channel, and we can get that 300 subscriber going. Don't forget, I'm not getting the giveaway snakes this week. It'll be next week, because I do have something else coming before I want them. So, as you can tell, this girl's just very docile. She's kind of she's a good pet. I mean, good ball python. I don't want to say pet because she is going to be a breeder, but she is my favorite one in my collection. So, she's just very docile. See how high contrast she is? Very high contrast. Let me show you. Well, I'll show you tomorrow's vlog because this is getting kind of long. So don't forget, I will see everybody tomorrow. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video and if you have any questions. Hit that notification bell right over there. Right there. And that way you know when I do my upload. And head over to my Instagram and follow me on there and tell everybody to come subscribe so we can get this 300 subscriber going. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.